were talking about at Keep It Real, Peanut kind of decimated the Steve for the majority of the game, so DD focused on the Pokemon Trainer, and yeah, there it is. So no Steve, at least to start in this Winners Finals. We're going to see how the PT does, and after a fresh win against Anathema, I would be confident too if I was DD in going with this pick.
Yeah, going to come back into here, and what a song to listen to for game number 1. The one with lyrics. Sonic Heroes playing up. And we're going to jump into this Winners
Heroes.
I
love that song.
A little early on that one.
It's coming soon, though.
Got that chorus first, but here we go. So Squirtle, obviously going to be the first one we're going to start with. This is the character that has the quick movement and the easy combos once you get in there and try to get some early damage. But the second you see DD go into any form of disadvantage, say like right now, he's probably going to swap over to Ivysaur, but honestly went for the double jump into the back air recovery instead.
Double jump back air gets DD up safely. Peanut currently in a very slight lead, but only about 13% to speak of. And these two are going to play so slowly around each other because they both know that they will get blown up in an instant should they overextend, and so they're not even extending in the first place.
Yeah, not at all. Get some more cross-ups coming out. That down tilt can be able to just kind of slide in there. Get some easy pop-ups. Now that he has control of this Metal Blade, he's going to have access to be able to Z-drop it if he so chooses, which is why we saw a lot in the previous set with Peanut, is he loves throwing the Metal Blade right in front of him so he can pick it up to have more options to use with the tools.
And the scariest thing about Peanut with a Metal Blade is that if you catch it and throw it back at him, it will never work. I've never seen Peanut take damage to his own Metal Blade. He always either recatches or ducks it, and it's insane to see.
Yeah, and even then he has like stuff like Deep Shield too if he so chooses. Like he's got a lot of tools to be able to deal with that other Metal Blade coming towards him. Good starter coming out from D. You get to really see a Pokemon swap until just now when he sees the offstage pressure happening. Down here, really strong ledge trapping tool just because of that massive hitbox.
Peanut though bobbing and weaving through all of the whips thrown his way by DD. Not going to get caught by any of the vines. And now sending him straight up to the sky, but he lands with Nair to get out of dodge, and we are still neck and neck in terms of percents. Yeah, both at 107 exactly.
Okay, gonna smack him with the back air, get that tail swing, and give himself a stock lead. 120 just comes in immediately and up tilts him right on the center of the stage.
Peanut will never let DD get away with a kill for free. He immediately uses that Angel Platform invincibility to put himself in a great position to connect with the up tilt and close out the stock. And wow, DD just sitting completely still, not even in shield, and he's going to pay for it a little bit with a couple quick hits.
That was his idle animation I just played, right? Like, I've never seen that too much. Here we go, coming back towards the center stage again. Both players sitting here on 2 stocks. Gets another grab. Getting a lot of mileage out of this Squirtle. I have never seen Squirtle get used so much from Pokemon Trainer.
Down tilt here, trying to push Peanut into the corner and doing so successfully, but that's exactly what I was talking about. Peanut never gets hit by his own Metal Blade. It's impossible.
It's just never going to come back towards him. He has total control of the stage whenever he has got that Metal Blade in hand. DD slowing down the pace, got a Crash Bomb right on top of his head, and he's able to confirm off of it. No double jump coming out from DD to try to accidentally die from that up air. Seen a lot of players fall for that, especially back in the Smash 4 days.
I was actually in a crew battle at Santa Paws last weekend. Peanut faced off against Big D, and we found out that the AI climber does not know not to do that. So while DD finds that stock with a fair offstage, it was just really funny because Peanut very quickly discovered that if you hit Nana with up air, she dies at 60 because she jumps out of it.
He just doesn't know any better. But right now, Peanut looking very strong to try to take this next stock. He can try to close it out as soon as possible, but the Squirtle is getting so much mileage as it continues to climb. Not swapping over to the Ivysaur or the Charizard being at this high percentage. He just wants to be able to play with this character. Might be because of the quick movement, but also the small stature, so he's able to like dodge underneath those pellets whenever he needs to.
Lots of damage being put in the extra credit category by D, and really good use of Stutter Step Shield in Peanut's face. Cannot quite low profile underneath the Crash Bomber, but air dodges through all the same and gets away from the up smash.
Right there, good confirm. The double down tilt with the Metal Blade swing in between. Looking at making himself very promising until finally we see the Ivysaur bust out here. Going to throw a lot of Razor Leaf until finally going for the Charizard. See if we can play a little bit more aggressive in the process. That forward tilt, the tail swing, going to do a lot of damage. Trying to push him off.
Back throw, no, F throw instead. You know, it was kind of just dealer's choice for Peanut there because he was dead center of the stage. F-throw here, though, going to put him in an awful spot. Crash Bomber on the ledge gives him a little bit of extra oomph in terms of getting back to stage. Drops down, looks for the up smash and the air dodge. Not quite long enough. The linger on the up smash catches him, but Peanut already at 118%. DD on the verge of closing out game number 1.
Sitting at 134 again. Kind of difficult for him to try to get back on the stage. Gets called out by that up B near the middle of the stage. So particular as he plays. He does it a second time to catch the jump off the ledge. Still surviving though, 163. Again, trying to get back here on stage. Pulls out that leaf shield. Finding himself in a little bit of danger. Uses the air dodge up to get that little bit extra, but doesn't matter. The high 3 coming out from Charizard connects the forward air and easily takes that first game.
Great stuff to DD. Correcting on his losses from just a couple short weeks ago. Putting himself up 1 game is huge for him in this set, but Austin, if we can remember how any of the rest of these sets in top 8 have gone, maybe winning game number 1, not the best game plan.
Yeah, I mean, so time and again we've seen so far today, where someone takes that first game and then they cannot finish it off and end up getting called out themselves. Now we're going to discuss what stages we're going to be able to go to here, discussing our bans and stuff. But Peanut, you know, looking pretty calm. Not too phased from that first game with his Pokemon trainer, but kind of wild to see a matchup like this here in the year 2023. You know, Mega Man versus Pokemon trainer, like what it feels like we're kind of taking the trip down memory lane.
Gonna see. DD, we talked about it a little bit earlier. One of the last top-level representatives of this character, and it's not even his main. It's just his secondary that he uses in matchups that he doesn't like to play with Steve, or because he doesn't like to play the Steve Ditto. But he's going to stick with it.
We're going to see how far we can be able to go into this next game. Another Sonic song, by the way, Green Hill Zone. A little bit more classic this time
I
around.
think it's Peanut picking these, for sure. Because I do think he's a big fan of the Blue Blur. Just maybe not in Smash Bros.
Playstyle's a little bit different. Okay, slowing down the pace a little bit. Peanut not like overcommitting to too much, kind of waiting for DD to do something. But DD on the punishment game. The second he overextended ever so slightly, just with like a tilt, he managed to get that grab and convert it into 59 damage.
59, but then they just reset to playing this careful neutral. It's Peanut who strikes first after the fact, but then DD, really good mix on shield, and you are still alive and a footstool to boot, but not able to follow up with the down air.
Because he went down there to chase after Peanut, he allowed himself to be an extra resource for Peanut to get back onto the stage. Using that footstool jump to his advantage. Charizard's now on the scene, gonna get some flamethrower out here to just kind of keep him at bay. Unfortunately, a cross-up coming out from Peanut. The back air is gonna push him right back off stage. We got back airs and crash bombs aplenty.
Crash Bomb beat out by the neutral B. DD just standing there waiting for Peanut to enter the range of either the F-tilt or the back air, but Peanut covering himself on the approach so that DD can't succeed in what he sets out to do. Oh, but wait, no up smash?
Man, might have been a miss input, or maybe he just felt more comfortable with the up tilt, but regardless, back air, again, coming out clutch. They're just kind of trading blows right now. Both players sitting at 140-ish damage. Crash bomb on the left. He wanted a reaction out of that. The way he ran at him, he was expecting DD to either jump or roll. Oh, no, I don't even know who that crash bomb was on, but it doesn't even matter. That up there is going to send you flying out of this blast zone. First stock going over to Peanut. Losing the first stock, rather.
Trying to fight back and does so successfully, though. So despite, like you said, losing the first stock, quickly gets back up on the board and brings us to even. 1% separating the two of them, and DD's the one who starts to pull ahead quick.
Oh no, the up B cross-up trying to go for it a second time. Gets some fancy combos here with a down air. Unfortunately, not too much off of it. Look at all these up Bs coming out from DD, by the way. Man is feeling bold.
Nobody's feeling bold right now.
Yeah, like that just slowed down to a crawl. You saw Peanut like kind of just chill towards the left. Do up some projectiles while DD's over here on the right, just kind of hanging out. Charging up that water gun. Very slower paced match than we've seen so far today in top 6 or top 8.
Yeah, it's definitely by far maybe even the slowest match of this entire bracket, because both of these guys, they want to win so bad, and they know in order to do so, they are going to need to play with more patience than the other. And unfortunately for DD, Peanut has a lot of patience.
Yeah. Crash Bomb's going to be sitting on the Squirtle. And Diddy doesn't even look like a Pokemon trainer main right now. He looks like a Squirtle main. He must just feel mad comfortable with Squirtle against the likes of Mega Man.
He's super comfortable with Squirtle, specifically I think in these mid to high percents, because Peanut has a much more difficult time connecting hits on him, and so it's going to mean he's going to live longer than he even might on a character like Charizard, despite the lesser weight.
Ah, I see. Kind of just like mixing it up for like depending on the character, try to be out of that percentage to not get comboed by. 80 damage, Charizard coming out, Flamethrower, putting it right back on him. Might be looking for a fair at some point. There it is, goes for the fadeaway.
Looking for a back air here on landing. Peanut just doing a really good job of setting himself up safely underneath the umbrella that is that platform, and then making Didi go away up to the skies. The shore you can up tilt connects and closes out the stock.
You're gonna see Peanut again home over here to the right side of the stage, pull on that metal blade, slow down the pace. He's got the lead in terms of stock, so he can easily play way more passive, which is exactly what he's doing. You see him like doing a lot of these retreating forward airs, retreating back airs, shooting off the pellets, nothing that overextends anything. Whenever he sees an opening, he will plant that metal blade though.
Some kind of opportunity waiting for it to present itself, and indeed it is being presented here, and Didi captures it. An up air to kill Peanut off the top, and only 10% of extra credit on him. Catches the metal blade.
Again, not going to get too much mileage out of it. Crash Bomb going to activate and gets the follow-up right after. I love the movement from Peanut, recognizing the situation where he could have gotten an opportunity right afterwards. 89 damage now on Didi, and climbing. Peanut got a lot of mileage off of that singular Crash Bomb. Point blank, forward smash again, catching the air dodge, jumping right back off, places the Crash Bomb to catch the recovery, stalling it out, swaps over to the Charizard to get the up B, and Peanut is just following him. He's in his head.
In his head and on the board, Peanut puts a point up in a great spot to try and make this comeback against Didi. And actually, interestingly, that game almost went to time, Austin. We were all the way down at about 2 minutes left on the clock. Now, obviously, the timer wasn't going to be a factor in that game when they both found themselves at last stock. But if either one of these guys decides to commit to it, we could go to time.
It's definitely something that you have to like, keep on your radar, because it's not like the players are playing to time from the get-go. It's just they're both playing extremely passive, playing very safe. They don't want to overextend. And when you play like that, the timer will naturally just get down there. And then it becomes part of the game plan once you hit like that 3-minute mark, that 2-minute mark. If you still have like 2 stocks, then you have to start thinking about the reality of playing towards the timer. But we have yet to see it. And if there's a set that's going to do it, it might be this one, because both players are playing insanely patient, safe, not overextending any of their swings, you know?
Insanely patient indeed. We're going to be getting into game number 3. I didn't actually see which stage they decided on. Small battlefield, okay, again. Same stage that we started off game number 1 on, where game 2 Peanut took us to battlefield. And we've been seeing a lot of battlefield this tournament, which is actually kind of rare. Most of the time, that's like usually a lot of characters insta-bans.
Yeah, weren't you the one telling me that Georgia loves PS2?
Georgia does love PS2, but there's only one Georgia player in this top 8 left, and it's Didi.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Peanut over here with the South Carolina. You got
Anathema from South Florida, out
Missouri
at 5th.
For Apollo Kage.
Apollo Kage from Missouri, and then
Goblin
from
Florida.
CFL.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right.
We actually have one player from 3 different Southeast states, and then 1 Midwest player left in this bracket. Interestingly.
Oh, nice.
Midwest represent. Tri-State's nowhere to be seen.
Hey, you know what? We were busy. Okay.
Nope. I don't think there were any Tri-State players in this bracket.
All right, finally finds that one opening. A minute has already passed, and not a single player has reached that 50 damage mark until just now.
Quick parries.
All right, trying to find out that roll. Again, Peanut's doing a fantastic job of doing a lot of these like fadeaway swings, right? The fadeaway forward air, the fadeaway like crash bomb, fadeaway metal
jump
blitz
shot.
Yeah, just anything to just try to like keep up my hands of reach. A very, like, I could see someone getting very annoyed when playing against a player like that, and I don't think Didi's really fallen for that just yet, because he comes from, like, the same school, you know?
He's definitely, like, the same discipline of playing this game where, like, he plays to frustrate people, and so never really gets too mad when somebody else does it to him. Peanut, he does this for the love of it. Like, it's not in order to frustrate somebody. He just likes playing the game this way because he thinks it's optimal. and it's certainly working out well for him here. He's on the verge of potentially, well, I was going to say going and building up a big lead, and that's not happening because DD immediately killed him.
I feel like we've been seeing like history repeat itself a little bit. Every single time Peanut gets that stock, DD responds in kind. And it's deleted from him.
Lots of early damage on this stock being built up by DD, though. He gets a quick little Squirtle conversion, which I feel like has been sorely lacking. You commented last game about how much DD is staying on the Squirtle, but he's not doing a lot of the Squirtle things, which is the low, like, 0 to 50 combos that he usually gets for free.
Yeah, it's not really coming out whatsoever here. Squirtle definitely is. Goes to the Leaf Blade, going to easily rack up a little bit of damage for himself. We're throwing out some more pellets. Oh, the Metal Blade. He's continuing climbing with that extension with the down air. Charizard coming right back onto the stage. Ledge trapping in Peanut's favor, and he misses the whiff grab, the pivot grab, because of the jump.
Yeah, DD just stays hanging on that ledge forever, waiting out for Peanut to do something that he can react to and get past, and get past he does. Got a very slight lead right now in the opportunity to find a stock with Charizard if he can escape this disadvantage state, which he's yet to be able to do.
Yeah, if there's anyone who can steal a real early stock, it's going to be Charizard, but Peanut's not going to give him the opportunity. Immediately just combos over with the back here. We have the Pokemon swap within the teleporter to immediately get Ivysaur out, because if you want to get the kill, it's going to be Ivysaur, it's going to be Charizard. Squirtle doesn't really get it as much as the other two.
Well, all right. Yep, Fly going to be plenty to take the stock, and once again, we see a stock taken while DD only at 6.4%, now 9.0. He's not taking too much damage in between the two stocks being taken between him and his opponent.
Which is very strong for him to be able to bring this up to a potential next game with him in the lead. But we'll see how this is going to be able to shake out here. Squirtle coming back into the front line. And getting that damage climbing bit by bit. Peanut again, kind of like spacing himself out away from his opponents. Chilling underneath that platform, a very good spot for him to be in, because that makes it so area approaches are a little bit more difficult to come in. You have to be a little bit more linear with your short hops. Oh, the mix-up.
Great dash-in grab from DD, catching Peanut off guard, and now with a big opportunity for a dare. Does not quite get it, but does get the F-smash on Peanut's get-up. That Crash Bomber doing a great job of keeping DD away from the ledge, but it does not keep DD far enough to prevent the back air, as DD connects with the tipper and closes out the game, put himself on set point.
Short hop back air from Charizard. That tail is mighty strong. Going to be able to take that next game. We're going to see how the next game is going to come out here for this 2-1 lead in favor of DD. Peanut right back on stage here.
Not wanting to take too much downtime between games this time around. Peanut sometimes likes to take a moment to center himself and a moment to think, but this time around just wanting to get right back into the action, and we'll see if that was a wise choice or not.
I mean, no matter what happens in this set or for Peanut's placings, my man is going to have a good placing here at DreamHack, guaranteeing himself a top 3 position. Some of his past results, he got 33rd at Miami and 49th at Port Priority 8. So, like, compared to those placements, which are nothing to scoff at, those are hard tournaments.
Peanut at a regional is kind of like the not new age, but the newer version of ZD at a regional.
Yeah.
Where, like, he's good at majors, he can ruin a couple people's bracket paths, but when he really comes alive is tournaments less than like an A tier.
Yeah. Gotta try to find that way to bring that to the forefront at like the higher tier tournaments. Yeah. But here we go, coming down with the back air, landing down right on top of him. No cross-ups in sight. Leaf Shield also a fantastic tool to be able to just throw out there and just kind of walk up against your opponent with it. It's a great form to use for like when you're just trying to get a combo starter going or apply shield pressure. And it just kind of forces your opponent to be able to just kind of not stand on their laurels.
Tries to land
there we
with
go.
that fair, but DD just evaporating that stock from Peanut thanks to one misspaced landing.
And that's all he needed. That Razor Leaf found its mark. Can't dunk the Crash Bomb, but that is A-okay. We didn't take any damage from it. Yeah, Razor Leaf from Ivysaur. I've harped on this enough from the previous sets, but dude, it's such a good combo starter. Has him off stage, goes for the Vine Whip to mix up how he's going to be able to get back onto the stage. We saw the potential back air coming out from Peanut, but could not find its mark. More forward airs coming out, trying to apply that shield pressure with the up air, going to finally catch that jump. Peanut still playing it pretty safe while DD jumps around these platforms.
Trying to find some way in, but it's actually Peanut who's been getting balled out now. That's kind of rare for him. He's usually used to being the one who walls. However, now he's starting to find his groove again, looking to take this stock back. And look at these fadeaways that you were talking about during game number 1. He's still up to his old tricks.
Even with the stock disadvantage. Down throw, big combo damage coming out from DD. Gets a lot of mileage out of that down throw. Easily converts into up Bs right afterwards. Crash bomb right back on him. He's going to back off, use the platform to his advantage. Actually tried to go right on top of him in case Peanut got a little bit overzealous, but he just shielded right through it. No up smash connecting this time.
Looking for some way past here.
Up B's right through that down air. Very scary move to have to contend with, especially when you're like on the receiving end. More flamethrower, dragging up that damage by a bit. Ledge trapping, try to go for the Trump, which he has rarely done this entire set, so I get why he wanted to go for it as a big mix-up. Obstacle right back over to Ivysaur because you're sitting at 150 damage. It's very scary. We're just going to jump over those F smashes and just kind of keep away from him for now. Opt to stall a little bit.
For some way in again. Peanut, still been in the driver's seat as far as neutral goes, but unable to get the kill, and that just means DD is going to continuously build up this damage. Now at 121, a short hop bear. Could be it for the stock.
Good land yet again. Good parry coming out of that forward air. Spot dodge to avoid the grab. Back throw. Finally, doesn't matter how heavy you are, you're going to die to that near the edge of the stage from Mega Man. Evening up the stocks, but taking quite a bit of damage in the process.
Yeah, and that's the big difference between like this game and a lot of the previous ones in this set is that usually Peanut's been able to not let the gap between their percents and stocks get too wide, but now there's a full triple-digit number between them.
Yeah, a lot of like a catch-up you're gonna have to do. And we were talking about in the previous game how like the timer wasn't really that big of a factor, and it was just something that would just naturally happen from their playstyles. Now it might start to come into fruition because we are both still at 2 stocks apiece and below the 3-minute mark.
Fair connects from DD, sending Peanut back to ledge again, and some more damage thanks to the flamethrower.
I respect it, throwing that Metal Blade upwards just in case you're going to jump
Up
through
throw
it.
here should be the stock, and yeah, DD 1 stock away from moving to Grand Finals winner side.
Has the advantage in his favor. If anything, Peanut's going to have to start playing a little bit more aggressive at this point because he's not going to stop with this spacing. Oh my god, the withdrawal, eating that Metal Blade.
Oh, but the quick up tilt from Peanut, going to, despite the massive lead that DD managed to grab himself, even us right back up. So, Peanut back to his old tricks again.
Again, throwing up the Metal Blade just to try to catch people's approaches. More mix-ups, so looking for those down tilts. Squirrel gets a lot of damage off of down tilt at this percentage because it allows you to push them backwards and either get a combo after it or just go for like a tech read.
40%, now 45 on DD. Peanut suddenly in a position to take us to a game 5. Would not have expected that given how this first and second stocks went.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the lead. Eventually, DD's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive, just like that with the up B. 90 seconds left on the clock.
And as soon as he just gets a little bit aggressive,
God.
Peanut does that. He catches him, sends him high, and then catches the landing again with a down smash. It doesn't quite kill, but DD's on notice.
Yeah, dude, that's the one downside of that move. Like, Squirtle may be invincible except to footstool. Once you get footstool by that, you are wide open to the strongest move in the opponent's arsenal. Now sitting here, gets caught, flipped by the up air into the back air. Fantastic DI coming out from DD. He's going to go for another up B to get back on stage. Shields through that up smash. Hits him with the back air. He's got a lot of rage. Now has the stage advantage. Can go for a ledge trap situation against Peanut.
Full rage, and we've all seen a Charizard able to steal these away before. Clanking out with Metal Blade, pushing Peanut further into the corner.
Peanut does not have to play aggressive at this point. There's 45 seconds. The timer is definitely something that he can easily play to. The Hail Mary Flare Blitz coming out from DD. That probably won't be the last time we see that in this game.
Spot dodges past the Metal Blade. Peanut dash attacks and does not get punished for it. He back airs DD and closes out the game. That dash attack I thought was going to be curtains on Peanut's winner side run, and instead it's the thing that gets him the game.
Do you think that was like a misinput? Like,
I don't know, but that certainly doesn't feel like Peanut to me.
Yeah.
Maybe he hasn't done a single dash attack throughout this entire set as far as I can remember. So maybe it was like the Hail Mary, like, gotcha, you haven't seen this before type of thing.
But why risk it? When
But
you have
why
such
risk
you
it?
have such a
Exactly.
strong lead. If this fails, you lose. But thankfully, it didn't work out. It worked out in his favor. So we're going to see a Game 5 situation with these guys once more. Mega Man versus pretty much Squirtle this most time. But sometimes we see those guest appearances from Charizard, especially at the end there. And
Yeah, that
Ivysaur.
Charizard might have stolen the show with his guest star on the
Dude.
episode.
I'm saying. But here we go. Final game of Winners Finals. Winner of this going to move on into Grands and have a very nice ticket to guaranteeing themselves a top 2 finish here at DreamHack Atlanta.
Landing with Leaf Shield, trying to catch DD unawares, and that's been a big thing for Peanut as the set goes on, is catching DD's landings because he's having such a hard time stuffing his approaches otherwise. So he's using his movement to get back far enough that DD can't actually land on top of him, and then catching him as he tries to anyway.
Okay, we're jumping up around, avoiding these aerials. We're seeing a little bit more aggression coming out from DD this stock, if you notice. He's kind of like, not like overcommitting or anything, but he's constantly staying in an uncomfortable space for Peanut. But eventually he can catch him with those Leaf Blades, especially with the wave bounce on top of that. Getting a lot of mileage off of that. Can't get the confirm off of the Metal Blade though.
Ivysaur coming out. Going to try and find a confirm of his own, and DD has found some ridiculously early stocks with confirms off of like Razor Leaf and Divine Whip, Dare off stage. Peanut's got to be cautious, especially with the fact that he continues to push himself into this corner. Up tilt, going to hit. Not going to do too much.
I mean, what's good for Peanut is even if those Razor Leafs are coming his way, he has plenty of tools to deal with Razor Leaf, whether it's just a simple parry or just like his pellet. Like it deletes that grass. What a mix-up. Crosses him up, goes for the Ol Yi Tomahawk. Gets the grab, it tosses him upwards.
Ye old Tomahawk coming up huge. Fair from Peanut, gonna actually take first blood though. DD misspacing and guessing wrong at what Peanut's option there was going to be. Got aggressive when he should have gotten defensive, but getting aggressive usually works out in the end for him as he finds a back air. Nonetheless, it evens us right back up.
Going for the forward air into Nair, racking up that damage bit by bit. Peanut just jumps away, does another fadeaway forward smash coming out on top of that to just keep that damage climbing. Look at him getting pushed back a little bit. Uses the Leaf Shield to apply a little bit of pressure, recognizing it wasn't going to do anything, so he jumps out of there to prevent himself from getting punished from DD.
Ducks underneath the Metal Blade, using that low profile very, very well, but now Crash Bomber on him, and it's going to lock him in shield, but Peanut a little bit too fast on the uptake, so eats damage from his own Crash Bomber and doesn't get the shield pressure that he really wanted there, and now in a really bad position. I don't know if he has a jump, but he is able to air dodge past. He gets a ledge nonetheless, but maybe not.
Dude, the trickery from DD to get back on stage was incredible. The way he was using his Vine Whip to mix up where he was going to swing from, it kept Peanut guessing. He couldn't get quite that follow-up on it that he was looking for the entire time when he had stage advantage.
Back air connects from Peanut again. Looking to combo it into F smash. DD got to find a way off ledge with that big body of Charizard before he can switch to Squirtle, but once Squirtle's out, he's significantly safer than he was but a moment ago.
Oh, not the water gun. Point blank, gonna push him back ever so slightly. Goes for the recovery with the Ivysaur. Obviously, you get some mix-ups, right, where you can like use the Vine Whip and then jump immediately out of it, so you don't even go for the swing. And we seem to be seeing that a lot more often from DD. You know, with the point blank Metal Blade, keeping him airborne. This could be huge.
Swaps to Squirtle, gives him a smaller target. Is able to land back on the ground, get his feet underneath him. I like this game plan from DD, trying so desperately to convert it into a stock, but has been unsuccessful thus far.
Like that confirmed there, running up and going for the back air. Another forward smash on the ledge, catching that double jump. DD on his final stock of the set.
Might be him going into losers instead of Peanut like we thought not too long ago. 15%, 24.
Dude, all he needs is one grab, one forward air, and he can easily even up these stocks. Oh, or a fly. You know, fly out of shield. Also on the table here.
It's on the table, but only if it hits.
Yeah, Peanut not falling for that, and in fact getting a big punish on top of that. Finally getting the swing he was looking for, bringing Peanut to his final stock as well here in Game 5 situation. Timer's probably not going to come into play here for this game, but hey, anything could happen.
It was a huge factor during that Game 4, and like you said, anything could happen, but with DD already about to touch 80% and not too far away from the triple digits, I don't see Peanut letting him live for that much longer, or if DD makes the comeback like he's being given the opportunity to here,
Vine Whip going to call that double jump on top of it. Another Vine Whip in the process. People are kind of struggling to get back on the stage. Manages to do so. Still in disadvantage state, though. DD is capitalizing on this. Going off stage for the down air. Overextends a little bit. Gets caught by the jump, but no back air coming in sight.
Quick switch up of who's in the lead, who's comboing who. DD manages to take the lead away from Peanut. Has an opportunity to close it here. Dare up air does not connect. And so Peanut, with a second lease on life, is going to be able to try again.
We're seeing here at 90 damage, gets caught by another up air, waiting for the air dodge for so long. DD did not want to give it up. Peanut looking for another grab, can't find the mark, swapping over to Charizard for that finale kill. He wants it as well, on top of having the extra weight to be able to survive a little bit longer from Mega Man's hits. They're back and forth, jumping at him, catches him with the forward air. What's going to happen next?
The extra weight certainly coming up huge for DD as he survives through the Shoryu on that platform. It wasn't the strong hit, and that certainly was the strong hit, but it's still not enough for the stock. And DD now put himself in a terrible spot.
Peanut now looking very strong, has him in the corner, applying a lot of shield pressure, goes for the trade with the dash attack, back off stage, 134 damage, 142 on the other side, looking for the grab, no one wants to overextend on top of that, 60 seconds left on the clock, I'm not sure it's going to go to that though, gets the grab, jumps in there, he pops off, he gets the up throw, he gets the kill, and DD is your person in Grand Finals!
The first person to move along into Grands is the Young Gun, the first seed, and the last remaining representative.